They are the heroes on the front lines of the fight against COVID-19 in our city, leaving their families behind to take care of ours. Today, we're shining a spotlight on them and their lives. In our Frontline Diary segment today, we connect with Kristen Dupuis, a professional practice manager, respiratory therapy and cardiopulmonary services, working the front lines at the general campus of the Ottawa Hospital. Good morning, Kristen. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning to all of you.
So first of all, tell us what you do at the hospital, you and your team.
Well, I'm actually as you said previously, the professional practice manager for respiratory therapy. So we are a group of approximately 200 staff that work across every campus of the Ottawa Hospital, including the Heart Institute. And we have a team that's in the ED, the ICU, COVID units, up on wards. We have a team also in the NICU, hyperbaric, and also have ambulatory care testing. So if you needed a pulmonary function test as well. So we are scattered about all over the hospital. We are a team that's usually not very well known. However, there's a member of our team, probably if you come to the hospital, you will have encountered one of us.
Maybe not well known, but as COVID is an illness that affects the lungs, you are right there. You're playing a pretty key role in patient care right now, aren't you?
Correct. When things started to ramp up, maybe in early March, we had been very proactive, I have to say, with ordering of equipment, being part of multidisciplinary teams here in the ICU. We're part of I should say, a critical care group. Like we're embedded into the critical care group here. So we would be meeting 3 times a week, going over policies, developing new policies, making sure that we keep our staff safe during this COVID crisis.
Yeah.
So everything needed to be looked at, revamped. So we've been at it probably since the beginning of March, just to try to make sure that we're prepared.
What's been the biggest challenge for you in this fight, Kristen?
I think it's keeping staff safe. For me, that's really what has been the challenge. And they have the PPE they need to work. It's redeveloping policies and making sure that in the workplace that everybody stays safe.
Do you ever worry when you go to work? I mean, being right there on the front lines, working with the patients, do you get scared?
No, I think we have the right policies in place. I think we have the right PPE. I do worry going home, just making sure that you would change before you go home, you wash your hands before, you take a shower before you meet with your family. It's mostly what staff are telling me as well. That's primarily what has changed in their work life. Possibly they might even shower at work before they go home, because many of our staff do have young children. So they've added some extra precaution before meeting family.
Let's talk about you when you go home, because you have a great big family. You also have a partner who also works in healthcare. So what has that been like? How has your family life been impacted by what you do right now?
It's actually been quite busy. My partner is the department head for critical care for the Ottawa Hospital, and is also responsible for critical care for Ontario East. So he's actually busier than I am. So going home, it's all been about COVID, I have to say, for the last couple of months. So you do what you have to do. We both love our jobs. We both probably have the same, what we want is to ensure that our colleagues, and our colleagues are like family. When you've been working in somewhere for 20 years, work is your family. So I think together our main goal is to make sure that our patients and our co-workers are safe.
But then you go home and you have COVID still on the mind, because I would imagine it's still a topic of discussion, like you say, when you're working, both of you in it, and you have 6 teenagers when you go home.
We do. So we have 6 teenagers together, 3 boys, 3 girls. So it's also trying to be a mom.
Yeah.
So we're trying to, be a mom and a dad, making sure children are working from, I guess, home, doing their homework. I have the same challenges as trying to get teenagers up in the morning to do meets with their teacher. So we're trying to juggle, I guess, being a mom and, being a healthcare worker at the same time.
Well, that certainly makes you a hero to all of us here in this community. Kristen, thank you so much for everything you're doing for all of us right now. You certainly are a hero among us. We appreciate it.
You're very welcome.